Greetings YouTube and Merry Christmas in July. My name is Pixar Prime 10. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to a mini review of the 2025 Hess Mini Collection. And if you're thinking, wait, Pixar Prime 10 doesn't review the mini trucks? Well, you'd be correct. This is my first ever Hess Mini review. This is actually a set that I usually don't get every single year, but after this year, that might have to change. I was already very impressed with this set before I even got it out of the box. Hess has always done a phenomenal job with their presentation and their packaging, and it's definitely continuing here. I know that this is the way the mini collections have been packaged for years, but I still think it holds up great. Now, one thing I really would have loved to see is if, at least on the box next to each truck, they put the original year of that truck, like next to the 1995 truck, they put 1995. I understand that these are the 2025 mini Hess trucks, but us Hess fans know that so much of a Hess truck's identity is tied to the original year that it was released. But the packaging still looks fantastic, so fantastic that it makes me just want to display it like this and not even open the box. But we both know that's not going to happen. So what do you say we crack these things open? If you ask me, Hess made a great choice when selecting the trucks to miniaturize for this year. I specifically love the fact that they've got 3 different decades of history represented in this collection. Starting with the most recent, bringing some modernity to the set is the 2016 Toy Truck and Dragster. Next up, to add a little high-flying Hess aviation to the collection, we have the 1995 Toy Truck and Helicopter. And finally, bringing us back to Hess's first decade, we have the 1967 Tanker Truck. But this isn't any other Hess tanker truck, this one holds a special spot on Hess's memory lane. I bet you noticed that this truck has a red base instead of a black one. That's because the unofficial name for this truck is the Red Velvet Tanker Truck. And that's because when this truck released in 1967, it came with a cardboard base adorned in red velvet, making it an extremely iconic and rare truck in the Hess community. So rare that it's one of the few I don't have in my collection, which is why I'm so happy to finally have it represented on my shelf. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I would have really loved to see actual red velvet on this truck's base. But I feel like at this point I'm just being greedy. The fact that they even thought to reference the red velvet base with the red stand in this set is good enough for me. Speaking of those stands, how slick are those things? They definitely make these mini sets cater a little bit more towards the collector crowd, and I am A-okay with that. But I also love that you can remove them from the base for alternative display options or to let the kiddos have some fun. It really adds a lot of dynamic value to this as a set. And this set is definitely super dynamic. We already talked about the tanker truck, which covers the classic early stages of the Hess Toy Truck, but the 1995 truck also pulls in a lot of history as being the first ever Hess truck to feature a flying vehicle. And don't overlook 2016. If you ask me, this was the first truck to take the leap into the more futuristic modern design that we see on a lot of the recent Hess trucks. And that design is captured beautifully on this smaller scale. It would be really easy for Hess to drop some of the detail when going from a large scale to a smaller scale, but I am truly blown away at the level of detail that is still captured on these tiny little trucks. I mean, it's all there. The outlines, the chrome, the Hess logos, and it all looks just as good on this smaller scale as it does on the larger size trucks. I just can't stop looking at all of the amazing details that are included on these little guys. I still think that I would prefer each license plate on the truck to be its original release year like I mentioned before, but I will say that having each truck named 2025 does help to give each mini collection its own unique identity. Oh, and in case you haven't already noticed, all 3 trucks come fully equipped with awesome LED lights that look incredible. No lights in the helicopter or dragster, unfortunately. The dragster does, however, retain its pullback feature, which is great to see. And while there's not enough room in the mini helicopter for a motor and electronics, I was able to entertain myself for quite a while just flicking the propeller around. Which leads me to say, whether you're a collector or a kid, I think there's something here for everybody to enjoy. The collector in me appreciates the beautiful packaging and classy display bases, and the fact that I can display up to 3 of these in the space it takes to display one regular Hess truck. And what kid is not gonna love having 5 different toy vehicles to play with? I mean, that's just a no-brainer. So this set certainly gets a thumbs up from me, and I hope this up-close look at these little trucks was enough to help you make up your mind for yourself. But come on, you know you want to. You can click on the link in the description or head to HessToyTruck.com right now to buy your own. And while you do that, I want to give the folks at Hess a huge thanks for collaborating with me yet again and giving me an early sneak peek at this year's mini collection. And finally, thank you all very much for watching. And if you're not already subscribed, I'm just about to hit 10,000 subscribers, a lifelong goal of mine. So if you don't mind taking a few seconds to click that button, I would be greatly appreciative of you. And that way, you'll know the second my next Hess review drops here on YouTube. Until then, I'll see you all again real soon. This is Pixar Prime 10, signing off.